PKR, Umno, PKR or Umno, or why not PKR and Umno in a collaboration? The Umno General Assembly or Perhimpunan Agung Umno will take place tomorrow. The situation is complex and it's still fluid. Well, the Umno General Assembly back in 2019 had passed the motion which is no Anwar, no DAP. Could that be changing this year? PKR's Anwar Ibrahim says he's been talking to Umno, but Umno's Ahmad Zaid Hamidi says that didn't happen. Is Anwar talking to the wall? We spoke to a couple of experts to find out if they could make some sense of this situation.
It is very important that they work together if they want to have a chance in the coming election. This is because Bersatu, although a young party, small party, but it is a party that belongs to the Prime Minister. And we know what the powers of incumbency can do. So I think it would be a mistake to think that Bersatu will not be a tough competitor in the election. It will be a mistake. Especially now we have seen defections from various parties. And I won't be surprised if there will be more crossover to Bersatu in the coming months. So for PKR and Umno to take the attitude that, oh, we can handle this on our own, and not being forthright about collaboration, not being candid about it, I think it's a mistake.
A PKR-Umno collaboration? That's like an explosive reaction waiting to happen, or perhaps like water and oil. PKR has long stood by their commitment to reformasi, while Umno has maintained that only they are able to govern Malaysia properly.
I think to describe all these political parties based on their past characteristics is not accurate. Again, as I said, things evolve. Political parties evolve, leaders evolve and change. So what I think is that if PKR alliance collaborate with Umno, I think it will provide a strong government, a strong, stable government. And I think we must not be too worried about what happened in the past. What is important is, what do we do with this collaboration? What do we do with this majority that you have? It's always important to remember, it's not just having a majority, it's what you do with it. So this is where I think it's also historic in the sense that on the side of PKR and DAP, they say Umno is a racist party, and Umno also used to describe, or still describe DAP as a racist party. So we cannot go on like this. So it's about time both racist groups sit down and find a solution. The country has to move forward, and both cannot be right.
Are you convinced that this odd friendship can blossom? Maybe you can leave a comment down below to tell us what you think. When it comes to politics and support bases, parties count on their most loyal members, their grassroots. They're often individuals who are sold on the party's vision. But if something has got to give for this alliance to be formed, how will the grassroots take it?
No, the grassroots must be realistic too, especially the urban grassroots. Sometimes they think reform, so long as they talk about reformasi, they are happy with it. What is the meaning of reformasi if you cannot govern? You still have to govern, you still have to win the seat, you still need a strong government. And you cannot be deterred by your experience of the past. As much as the non-Malays or the Malays have bad experiences with each other, or with the politics of Umno or DAP or past, I think we must be able to move forward. We must be able to have confidence that things will be different.
Besides the grassroots, the grand support base consisting of voters who took to the polls in 2018 and cast their ballot for the PKR flag, they may be feeling betrayed by this union.
You can decide to vote in any way you like, because that's your choice. But I hope that you make the right choice, that your vote is not wasted. Your vote is towards forming a government. Your vote is towards making compromise. Your vote is towards making a workable government for all Malaysians. You know, if everybody takes their own tight corner and stays there and reject everything else, we're not going to move this country forward. You know, we will be in a spiral again. You must remember that at stake in this country is the democracy, or the democratic system that we have. At stake in the country is the poverty that we have. The gap between the rich and the poor is so wide. The gap in education is so wide. The gap in digital know-how is so wide. Everything is stacked against the poor people, against ordinary people. So if you don't change, how do we restore or at least address these issues? We can't. So we cannot be so selfish as to be so, what I call it, righteous in your own view, that only your view counts. You have to look as a whole.
Now, on the topic of collaboration, UMNO Supreme Council has decided that their work with Bersatu will come to an end when the next general election is called. But this is still up for debate this weekend at the UMNO General Assembly. Is UMNO going to make a wise strategic move, or are they going to discard a golden opportunity that was presented to them in the form of their current role in the Perikatan Nasional Government?
No, I think the UMNO and Bersatu is a non-starter. It's not going to happen. Some UMNO members may join Bersatu, yes. Some UMNO ministers may join Bersatu, yes. But on a party-to-party relationship, no.
Not going to happen.
No, it will not happen. You can ignore that.
Why do you say it will not happen? What's your biggest reason for that?
No, because they come from the same spoil. They come from the same pool. So whatever seat you give to Bersatu, UMNO will be deprived itself of that seat. What kind of arrangement is that?
Many decisions in political parties are spearheaded and led by their party leaders, from the Supreme Council, Majlis Tertinggi, to even the party president. So for UMNO, that's Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. However, there appears to be some splits in UMNO, and their leaders have been grouped by some of the members to be part of what they call clusters.
I don't know how he popular or not popular he is. I don't know. I know he's got a court case. But then a lot of other leaders in this country have got court cases, and they're popular too. So I think it's too early to say. I think what I want to say though is that I think Zahid will be loyal to Najib. He has always been working for Najib before. I think although he's president, I think he respects Najib. And Najib is very popular. Najib is a very strong leader. He can galvanize UMNO. UMNO must trust him to lead the election if they want to have a chance. UMNO must not be apologetic about his problem, because his problem is a court problem. This is for the people to decide his future. And I think Najib, if he mobilizes UMNO, if UMNO allows him to lead in the coming election, and if they work together with Pakatan, I think there will be a formidable team. I'm not going to say they're sure to win, but it will be a Premier League fight.
Several analysts and pundits have said that Malaysia's future is going to be around coalition politics, and that the days of a single party rule are now over. Even GE14 was fought through coalitions, and now with even more parties entering the race, such politics look more imminent than ever before.
The biggest loser are those who want to stay on their own, fight their own battle, and believe that they can win it on their own. They'll be the biggest loser. And the biggest winner will be those who are willing to work together, willing to be humble about this, approach the task of winning election in a very realistic way. I mean, that would be the biggest winner.
Join us this weekend for Kini TV's coverage of the UMNO General Assembly 2021, where perhaps some big decisions are about to be made. You can catch that on kinitv.com and also on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned to find out what could happen to Malaysia's political future. I'm Daniel Anthony. Thank you for watching.